Well, today's edition of the podcast is going to have some real interesting information. This is a very specific thing.
This is a news podcast now. We've pivoted yet again. We've gone from wrestling to film to gay sex to film to gay
OAM.
sex to the news.
To the news.
This is a current affairs podcast.
Is this hard copy?
This is hard copy. This is Inside Edition. Was there a current affair as well? It was just called A Current Affair?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. All the good stuff. And we're going to have to keep it fairly tight because, of course, today is my birthday.
Yes.
Well, it's my birthday week.
Today's
it's my birthday month.
It's your birthday half of the year.
My birthday season. It is my birthday half of the year. And Drew is taking me out for my birthday to eat more meat than is safe.
But not to our first choice.
Because it's dead and buried. Thanks, COVID. Thanks, Wuhan laboratory.
Wow.
Thanks, man-made. I guess there's only so much I should say for us to stay on YouTube because they get mad about that. But thanks, pangolins. Let's say that. Thanks, wet markets. Could you think of a grosser name for something?
A wet market?
It's disgusting.
Vaginal sex.
I got chills. But we have a reservation for my fancy birthday dinner, so we do have
a reservation like where you live.
I have reservations about living on a reservation and have for some time. But, oh God, we got all the current affairs to talk about. And then just, every time black people try to have a nice time, boop, come along and fuck it up. Chris Rock, 1997. But every time two white guys try to have a nice time, have a nice freeballin', fuck around podcast, some jerk infiltrates us. Some interloper comes in and says, "Oh, can I give you money to watch a movie?" It's disgusting. I'm just trying to hang out with my friend here, and people keep throwing fucking cash at us.
Who's your friend?
I don't know. Throwing cash at us to make us watch movies.
How dare you?
So this is our second time in a row. We've tried to do...
We did an all request, and that wasn't enough for you greedy fucks.
We did an all request, and now we've tried to do... As of today, 2 just for fun, just hanging out.
Yeah, we didn't want homework.
Podcast.
Now you assholes keep giving us homework.
And some fucking contest winner says, "Hey, for my prize for the contest, can I give you money?" And we're like, "Oh, it's always something with you people."
What do you mean, you people?
Oh, we'll get to you people. And just when we think we're out of the woods, here comes Tommy, throwing his Australian dollars around and making us watch Karen. But that's going to be in a while, so we'll get to that. But first the news. Are you doing Foley work?
Foley or just ASMR?
Just unraveling hockey tape?
Correct.
Because you love sports?
I do love sports. I'm a sports boy. I'm a sports boy bottom.
Do you have a sports dick?
No.
Remember when Amp... described himself as having a sports dick.
Remember when we made him when he wrestled in a tutu and then kind of forgot about it?
Yeah.
Well, brain damage is a hell of a thing.
It is. Yeah, we a guy wrestled on a show we had in Vancouver in 2008 and was, I guess it seemed to be at the time fully mentally ill. Wrestled in a tutu. Then we saw him not that much later, 2011, like 3 years later, totally fine, and totally normal, and said, "Did I wrestle in a tutu at your guys' show?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like,
"You sure did."
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was going through something.
I was having problems.
Yeah. But he seemed to have worked out of it by 2011, and I'm
now
sure
he's dead.
Been fine in the successive 10 years.
And now he's fucking dead.
I hope he's not dead. I hope Alex M. Peterman is alive
you
and well.
Amp?
Amp, see? It works. But first, the news.
Am I still friends with him on Facebook?
I bet I am, if he still has a Facebook.
If he's not so mentally ill that he doesn't have a Facebook anymore?
But I'm not going to do anything on my Facebook right now because I have the second part of the news story that you don't know.
Well, unless he's trans and a woman and from London, Ontario, or change his name, I guess that's we're not friends anymore. But you know what?
Sad.
I'm fine with it. Anywho, you know how sometimes you'll go on the Twitter machine and you're just like, I'm gonna skim past all of this furry porn and animal dicks and try and find...
Well, skim means like 20 minutes instead of 30.
Oh, well, yes. Skim past them means like, nice, not what I'm looking for, nice.
Like, comment, retweet, quote, retweet.
Jerk off.
Jerk off. I would like to quote retweet to your jerk off with nice.
Nice. So sometimes you come across some excellent Twitter handles, or you get some weird, bizarre posts.
Is this the images that make you feel pain, Twitter?
Yeah, it in fact is.
Is it as good as at Police Wolf?
It is not at Police Wolf.
Okay. I want to give a second shout out.
Not to be confused with Wolf Cop.
No. That's a movie.
Different thing. So I was just, perusing and came across an article from a newspaper or a magazine that
Is it Time?
Huh?
Is it Time?
Is it Time? It's a National Geographic.
That was my next guess, actually. Is it Harper's Bazaar?
It's
Is it The Atlantic? I only read fancy magazines.
What's the black one?
Ebony. That's one of them.
Yeah, but Jet. I was thinking
Double XL.
I was thinking of Jet. Gigantic asses, which will come up later.
True. Is Jet named after John Travolta's son?
Men's assholes? No.
And what?
I really hope that somebody is very insensitive and has gone and defaced his grave.
And crossed out Jet and written men's assholes Travolta.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So it's actually named after John Travolta's favorite thing and not his fake favorite thing? Or second favorite thing. I believe he likes jets, just not as much as men's assholes.
Yeah. I like naming things after your favorite things. Like, that's not douchey.
I can't wait to have my own beautiful son named Furry Porn Henson.
Furry Porn Henson.
Now, would I do it as one word, like former president of Nigeria, Good Luck Jonathan? Or would I do first name furry, middle name porn? A lot of options. Would I spell it weird like a white woman?
No, you have to put furry porn so that that's their full name.
Yeah.
Other words, people are just going to call them furry.
Yeah.
Which... Still cool, but not as cool.
Oh, there was an unacceptable first name on Jeopardy the other night. Also, R.I.P. Matt Amodio, second all time in days, got beat by a white guy with an afro.
Oh, what?
Sad.
Was he Jewish?
I don't think he is actually, but
he's a white guy with an afro.
It is, but he doesn't. He doesn't give me the vibe. If that's an okay thing to say, which is probably not. But
that's funny.
But you did a good. Matt had on his lost day. He had a bad day. Like the ones he was missing, I was getting, which is normally not the case. Or I'm getting smarter,
right?
Which is also on the table.
I don't know about that.
But first name against him, or maybe even against White Guy Afro. I can't remember what day it was. But first name. Because it sounds like a whole name. I promise you it's not. It is a hyphenated first name, Robinson Gisette. So every time Mayim Bialik called on him, she had to say Robinson Gisette.
Huh.
Also, he was very gay, very timid, and very bad at Jeopardy.
Well, how the fuck did they get on?
I don't know. There's some people... Most I can see how they got on. Because even if they don't do well, it's often just because they're not fast enough, but clearly...
Or they're up against somebody who's
They're up against someone very, very
ill.
good. Yeah. But there's some people I'm like, how did you make it?
Right. I've seen some people before. I mean, obviously you have too because you watch Jeopardy. Like you've seen every episode of the show from its inception till now.
1985 to present.
There's been people who have been on, and I've never seen buzz or answer a question.
Yeah.
Because the other two contestants are just too smart.
Just smoking them.
Or just, like, too good at getting that buzzer down.
Yeah.
One other real quick topic before we continue on with this.
With the news.
What's the name of the podcast and who are we?
Oh, hi. Welcome to... Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Welcome
Boo.
Whoa. Welcome to the worst year of our lives. I'm Scott.
Let's change the name of the podcast.
Okay.
To the
news. Is there? If you know what? If there's not a podcast called The News,
just called The News.
That's not bad. Because we are a current affairs podcast now.
The Pinkerton Report. That's what
where we
now.
just talk about that Weezer album.
Yeah. Or I think I more meant like we're justice in the Old West.
I like that too.
That's more of what this is. This is a cowboy podcast now.
I want to see how many podcasts we can be.
I bet you it could be a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already the furry, the gay furry,
Yeah.
the secret gay furry,
Yep.
wrestling, minor league hockey corner,
Alt-right.
alt-right, and also alt-left.
Correct.
We're
not political. We just like alternatives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like we're alternative rockers.
Yep.
We also enjoy the.
Ooh, is there an alt-right, alt-rock podcast? I would also listen to that.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
There's got to be, right? Yeah.
It's just Uncle Cracker and Kid Rock.
And the lead singer of Smash
And the
Mouth.
lead singer of Smash Mouth. If you haven't seen the video of Smash Mouth performing at some beer festival like a couple days ago,
Recently, yeah.
It's fucking incredible.
He's...
Did you see that immediately afterwards he said he's retiring from music
Yes,
to
I
deal
did.
with his demons?
Yeah.
I love the caption on the video that said, "If you thought he was going to recover for All-Star, you're wrong." That's amazing. Anyways, did you say your name and handle?
I said my name. I didn't say my handle. I'll say it right now. At Not Scott Henson.
My name is Drew, and my handle's right here.
Oh, I like it.
You can't see, but I grabbed my dick.
Yeah, and it was out.
At Serious Softpaws or at Drew Sarian on Letterboxd, where you can read my review of the movie Free Guy.
Should we talk about that first? Is that the news?
No, we've already led with the main story. We gotta go to the main.
We'll circle
story.
back to Free Guy.
Yeah, the free.
I don't know if Free Guy deserves a lot of attention.
Free
but...
Guy is local news, and this is national news.
Fair.
So, as we were saying, going across Twitter, I discovered a post that is
from National Geographic.
So the title says, "My dad's dying of cancer, but I'm having his baby."
Great headline.
So, I'm not going to read the whole article, even though
the gist.
I could. The gist of the story is, given up for adoption. She wanted to find her biological parents, but her adoptive parents wouldn't let her. Her mom died, and her dad gave in and let her know.
Okay, here you go.
So she went to meet her biological father when she was, did I say 21?
I think so.
Yeah, when she was 21.
And fucked him!
And discovered that she has the absolutely real scientific thing known as, what do they call it?
GSA? Genetic sexual attraction?
Genetic sexual attraction, which is definitely a real thing and not fake when you're mentally ill.
Let's name all the things that are that.
No,
I've got one.
That's going to get us in trouble.
I've got one in the chamber.
That's going to get us in some real trouble to say all of the things that are a mental illness and not a real scientifically proven medical condition.
No, I guess I can't think of any.
No?
I
Zero?
definitely can't think of one
Big
very
one?
specific and very popular on Twitter one. One that...
We're calling it Demi Lovato disease.
They're calling it Demi Lovatoing, and is your tween doing it right now?
Are you a former Disney star and you want to stay relevant? May I suggest getting brain damage?
Are you Are you already a celebrity but still need more attention?
Are you desperate to have people constantly talk about you?
Did I send you the recent thing about Demi Lovato?
I don't remember. The last thing I remember is I sent you that thing of her having brain damage, and then
and everyone going, that checks out for everything she said in the last 6 months. And maybe someone who blocked me on Twitter when I said something negative about Demi Lovato owes me an apology.
Do you want me to at them and say you owe Scott an apology?
No, that would be trouble. But just saying that I was right, you were wrong, person who blocked me.
You need to apologize to me.
Demi Lovato had 3 strokes and a heart attack?
Yep.
And
how old is she? Like 27?
Or less. And has severe brain damage. And maybe that influenced some of the dumb shits she was saying and doing on Twitter. And maybe I wasn't wrong to say the things she was saying weren't 100% valid.
She's actually older. She's 29.
Ugh, barf, too old.
Definitely too old.
Put her in the trash.
She's got a real fat face. Anyways, so, she decides...
Back to incest.
She decides that as soon as she meets her father, she is very sexually attracted to him.
And he's what, late 50s?
Well, no, he's late 50s in this article, and she's 35 in this article. So
okay.
So
he's only 25-ish years older than her. Totally fine.
Totally
fine. That's like me and got to be a negative 14-year-old.
Wow. Scott.
What?
Congratulations.
I'm good at math?
No, that you get to have sex with a negative 14-year-old.
I pulled negative 14? Oh, yeah. I do okay.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
You're punching above your weight class. So anyways.
But I'm punching down with my jokes.
They meet and realize that they are very much sexually attracted to each other. Now, this is her biological father. Granted, he didn't raise her, but they still share
made of his cum.
The DNA. Yeah, she is his cum.
Yeah.
He's fucking and sucking his cum.
That's the dream.
That's his dream.
That's bad.
That's his wet dream.
Whatever I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, the correct answer. So they meet, they fall in love. Turns out he's dying of cancer. She decides, well, put a baby in me.
Put an incest cancer baby
in me. And then decided that she still wants to have more of his babies when he's dead. So they froze his cum, and then she's going to have frozen cum babies. Cumsicles. FCBs.
Did you say cumsicles?
Cumsicles.
I like that.
Anyways, that was where this article leaves off. Now, Mr.
FCBs, also fully clothed blacks, which comes up in the movie later.
We'll
talk about it.
Yes, it does. So, in his research, Mr. Scott Henson, Mrs. Scott Henson, are you doing it for the club?
I'm actually going with Madam Scott Henson.
Is that soup too cold for you, madam? Anyways, he did some digging.
Well, I wanted to see if it was like real or a
right, because like I looked at the article, it kind of looks fake, but
it's very silly. Like, because she's like, I know people think it's gross, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I've lost a lot of my friends and family, but I love fucking my dad. And GSA is real, and I'm not crazy. So I looked up her name. I guess there's some other person with her name that also is in the news but is not interesting. But I did find one, which took me to a Facebook article by the verified account Fox46 Charlotte, where I get all my news.
A fox, okay.
A fox.
Dirty slut, okay.
Posted on April 13th, 2018. I guess there's a longer run on the actual Fox site, but here's the Facebook post, which is really all we need, and then we can probably move on to Free Guy. First sentence, all caps. Are you excited? Drew doesn't know this. Drew really doesn't know this.
You saved the best part
I
for,
said
for live.
Yeah. Incest case takes tragic turn. A man who had an incestuous relationship with his daughter and fathered a child with her shot and killed her in a pickup truck and then killed himself. Their child, a 7-month-old boy, was found dead in a North Carolina home. What do you think about that?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe Dad wasn't so cool with it after all.
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Way to go from like being in love with your daughter to and actively putting a baby in her to then go, no, fuck it.
No,
can't do this.
I'm gonna kill all of us.
I'm gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
So shout out.
That's insane. That's insane. Thanks,
Fox. Is there anything that Fox News can't do?
Fox is the purest, whitest godsend that we've ever had.
Well, next to the One American News Network.
Yeah, of that, true.
Yeah.
One other.
If Fox News is too pussy for you.
Yes. One other very funny post on this same Twitter is from a Facebook group where a guy says, planning to kill myself, ... If anyone wants my TV or houseplants, ... Reach out. Also, there's a pretty sweet Mav glass bong shrug. I'd say reach out by dawn. Very first comment. Are you okay, man? Reach out if you need help. No response.
Yep.
Next comment. What size TV? Guy responds.
He's like
55-inch LG smart TV.
Is that what I have? That was my last one. I think I'm currently rocking a Samsung. I feel like I'm looking at an LG TV right here.
Yeah.
Is this 55? Is this a suicide TV?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm the guy who responded that got 3 angry face replies. But the guy did tell me the size of the TV, and here we are.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, so as this is one of the many topics of the podcast,
the Cowboy
Podcast, the alt-right, the alt-left, gay, secret gay, furry, secret gay furry, I guess secret furry.
Yep.
I
mean, that was the bulk of your time on the podcast until
recently.
Semi-recently.
Correct. Wait, are you guys actually furries?
Oh, I had another one of those the other day.
Did you?
It was on like I think either the YMS or the Adam Plays subreddit. Someone's like, wait, is Scoot really in the main event? I'm like, what threw you off? Me mentioning it every week for a year? And he was like, I can't tell what's trolling or not. I'm like, I really don't do that kind of trolling. I don't like repeatedly lie and give lots of specifics about things I'm doing.
That is true.
That is true. I really do wrestle. I really was in that movie that I mentioned a lot where I'm the guy in the red singlet. And if you watch the movie, you can see that it's me. No, that wasn't a troll.
I really am friends with Rick Boogs.
I really am friends with Rick Boogs.
I really do hate women.
Well,
why would they have their own money?
How would a woman have money?
So the chain of cinemas in our fine country of Canada, Cineplex Odeon.
Which reminds me, before I forget, what the 2 things I forgot to mention about all of the land acknowledgements God. I don't want to get off on a rant here. I don't want to go 90s down this Miller on this. I don't want to make Chamberlain look like Cromwell, Chachi? I just want to quickly just a couple of quick addendums to.
I'll addendum you.
To that. So the one thing I forgot was the native word, or at least one of them, for Vancouver is cum-cum-a-lie, which is, it's pretty cool that Vancouver has 2 cums in it.
It's got a lot more cum if you look around my neighborhood.
That's exciting. And I can't remember if we addressed that
I'm listening.
the girl in the first video, it's very unclear if she actually speaks the language she's saying in the video or if she's reading it phonetically, or if because like she doesn't speak English once. The other guy speaks English. She only speaks it whatever the Musqueam dialect. Oh no, we did say that it was unclear whether she was nervous or heavy or
Scott,
just didn't speak the language.
It's not even a question. She's heavy set, and she was out of breath.
Yeah.
And speaking the language was really hard for her because when the language was invented, there wasn't fat Indians.
That's true.
That was the conclusion.
The language
we came
wasn't
to.
designed for that body type. But that was the other thing I forgot, was the language itself. None of those people.
What do you mean those people? It's going to come up again.
Can agree on how to pronounce anything. So like the three big nations here. Oh, I just remembered a third thing I forgot to mention.
No.
Damn, I think this should just be the podcast now.
The podcast is just subtle white guy racism towards native people.
One of the three nations that they can mention, there's Musqueam, which is where I live, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. Or is it Tsleil-Waututh, 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 or Tsleil-Waututh, which is an actual. I'm not doing like nerd, salivary lisp. That is an actual. It's one of their sounds.
You sound like the guy who's got the cleft palate. In Gone Baby Gone, who's the one that kidnapped the kid.
Yeah.
You sound like him when you're saying it.
Yeah, but that's one of the actual sounds, but it's unclear if it's actually the TH. Sometimes it's TH, sometimes it's SH, and sometimes it's whatever that sound is.
TH as in Tim Hortons?
As in Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Where do I live?
What
region am I on?
This is... I don't know if this is still Musqueam or if this is... Salish?
Is it Cherokee?
It's not Cherokee.
Oh.
It's not, nor is it Iroquois.
Wow. Apache?
This is Apache.
Am I an Apache?
Are you
jump on it?
Are you a Mohican?
How about the fact that was allowed to happen?
That was cool.
Black people singing Apache.
That was
very funny. Anyways,
that I like.
Continue with your train of thought before we get on to our third side conversation back to where we were going.
Yeah, we just gotta yeah, it's like Inception. You gotta go
close off
each tangent.
Close off talk about natives.
Yeah.
Then
go back,
talk about movie theaters.
Go back to the ice level, and then the water level, and then the desert level. Inception was just a bad video game.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
But yeah, those are the main two things. Like, not a single. There were 5 native people talking. Not a single one pronounced any of their nations the same way. I'm like, get on the same page.
Don't tell them what to do. We already took their land, and they're too much of cowards to take it back.
Oh boy,
take it back or shut up.
I love your "take it back or shut up" tweet, which prompted a DM from someone about it. And
they replied to it with just a question mark.
Yeah.
I sent them a direct message and said, it's just me doing
racist.
It's just me doing angry white guy racism about stuff happening in Vancouver. Their reply was, and I said, yeah, it's a long story. I'm not getting into it.
I can't believe
but it's literally this. It's literally the conversation we've had.
I can't believe some gay furry might not be cool with that.
Cool with it? Yeah. I know.
Well, way to read the room.
Whatever.
But yeah, I think that was everything on that.
I tweeted that as we were watching the introductions at VIF.
Yeah. Yeah, probably
probably
anger, in minute 3 of 7.5 of the video.
While the anger and hatred was
bubbling.
fresh in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a rolling boil.
Yes, it was. Okay, so did you get your 3 things out?
I got my things out.
Okay. So the cinema company in Vancouver, Cineplex,
formerly Cineplex Odeon.
It's formerly Cineplex Odeon. Has their so they've got their.
Are you taping up?
Shut up! I'm getting ready in case you don't do the job to Austin.
Okay.
And I got to go out there and beat your ass.
Fair enough.
So they have, what would be a loyalty rewards points card, and when you
I used to have points when I paid for my own movies, but now Daddy pays for my movies, and I haven't collected points in years.
That's fair. Well, also, I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of insider baseball on our friendship. Before a friend of the show, Kelly Summers, and myself had our own loyalty cards, one Madam Scott Henson would actively go out of his way to get our points.
I would rack them all up,
and
baby.
Nothing made Kelly angrier than Scott bossing his way in and scanning his card on Kelly's buying the ticket.
He hated that I was getting something.
So that actively led to both Kelly and I getting our own cards so that Scott couldn't have our
couldn't
points.
Collect your points.
Yeah. So when you go see a movie or you buy concession items, you accumulate points, and when you get to a certain amount of points, you can use it to get a free movie ticket, which I'm sure is probably in theaters like all over the place, like in North America, maybe Europe. I don't know. Do people even see movies in Europe?
Africa.
Africa, deepest, darkest, blackest Africa.
Yeah.
Or I assume China, where they see all of the movies.
Yes.
But during COVID, obviously, when theaters were closed, they weren't getting money. You weren't accumulating points. And then when theaters started to reopen in Vancouver, they were like, hey, you know how a free movie used to cost 1,500 points? Well, you can come see a movie for 300 points now. And it's like, yeah, I get it, Cineplex, but also there's like one movie playing and I'm not going to see it.
There's nothing good.
Yeah. So now what they've been doing is if you go and see a movie and you buy like combo number 1, you get a free movie rental. So whatever the last movie we went and saw in theaters, we got a free movie rental, but it has an expiry date on it. And my email reminded me that like, hey, you still have a free rental and it expires on Saturday. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, well, I guess like it's a free movie, I should use it. So I went on the Cineplex site. The options for rental were very limited. So I thought, like, hey, I like Ryan Reynolds. I like Taika Waititi. I'm gonna check out Free Guy.
Ooh, Free Guy, Free Movie.
Free Guy, Free Movie. Free Guy movie. I like Free Guy movies.
I like a Free Guy movie.
Like Free Guy movies. Especially when it's only guys.
Yeah.
So I figured, the reviews are mixed, and it's got a decent rating on Letterboxd, but that doesn't really mean anything. So I watched the movie, and then I sent Madam Scott a message.
A series of
and I said,
questions.
Hey, Scott, how much did you like the movie Ready Player One?
And my answer was 0 much. Actually, wait, that's not true. 4 seconds of Catgirl much.
So I said to him, what if I told you that a
you
movie existed that was as fun and cool as Ready Player One?
As fun and cool? Exactly as fun and cool?
But there's maybe 1 or 2 uses of fuck.
Okay.
And you get Ninja as Ninja.
If there's one thing I love, it's fellow streamers. As a streamer myself, I respect the medium.
Yep.
And the people who do it best. I don't think it's an embarrassing thing to do.
Fair. Definitely not. Also had the use of a lightsaber with the Star Wars music playing.
Oh.
It had Chris Evans as himself reacting to Free Guy using the Captain America shield.
Okay.
It also had several other, in quotes, notable streamers as themselves using a fake Twitch. And
they
also
used more than one streamer.
Yeah. Don't ask me who they are, because I don't know.
PewDiePie.
It was not, because there was no Nazi propaganda in the movie, although Taika Waititi's in it, and he did a movie about Nazis.
Sure.
And then, what was the last thing I said to you? That it had Lil Rel. So if you're a big Lil Rel fan, that's good.
You
are?
Well, I don't.
He was very good in Get Out.
I was gonna say I don't like Get Out, but I do like his sitcom.
Oh, The Neighborhood?
No, that's Cedric the Entertainer. I think it's just called Rel, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or it's not.
Oh.
But that's more my style of entertainment, is Lil Rel's network sitcom and not Get Out.
Yeah. Correct. That's the correct thing to associate with.
Yeah.
The other notable streamers were Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye?
Sure.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I don't know.
Pokimane.
Nope.
Dan TDM.
Nope.
And Laserbeam.
Cool.
And then also has an appearance by Alex Trebek.
Oh.
Because one of the questions about Free Guy was on Jeopardy.
Damn.
Like in the movie.
What a great legacy.
Also had surprise cameos by Channing Tatum, Jack Human, the Dwayne Johnson, and John Krasinski and Tina Fey. Anyways, so the company that Taika Waititi owns is called Typhoon. No,
Tsunami.
Tsunami. Soonami. Like Blizzard. Get it? They're the bad guys.
Did they already know?
It's also in the same similar font
as Blizzard.
It doesn't have the like Blizzard and like the cracks in it, but it's...
So did they correctly guess, or did they have insider information? Because this movie was made like 4 years ago. And
yeah, it filmed in It was filming before COVID.
Because it was going
to shut down for COVID.
It was going to release. Oh, they didn't even finish filming.
No, they didn't finish filming during COVID.
Because I remember
they finished filming in the summer.
I saw a preview for it at the theater.
Yeah.
At
the end of 2019?
December 2019, when I saw the first minute of Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Here was my theater going experience. Actually, the whole night was interesting. It was get to the theater. None of the other like 4 people who are supposed to be at the theater are at the theater. I see the trailer for Free Guy. I see the trailer for live action Mulan. Mm-hmm. I see 1 minute of Star Wars. I get a phone call. I step out of the theater. I'm told no one will be coming to the theater because the ride didn't come or whatever, and they're just having drinks downtown. So I meet downtown. We get drinks. We do go see Cats at the theater, and then go back to Adams and watch pirated Star Wars. I might have triggered something.
I have Cat's PTSD.
Or Drew's just having 3 strokes and a heart attack.
I have Cat's PTSD.
And now he's non-binary.
Even though I still dress and act like woman.
Yeah.
Because Adam still had to see it to review it.
Yes.
And that was the only way you were going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Which is very funny.
Terrible quality. Overlaid over the movie every now and then, this like piñata would appear with like ads for this like Eastern European gambling site. It was perfect. Like, there's no better way to watch Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
There's no better way to watch anything.
I agree.
That's very much like whenever I've had...
I mean, the piñata was literally our favorite part of the movie.
That's like, for me, watching... Like, sometimes I have to watch, like, Colombian football matches.
Football.
No joke, every minute there's a pop-up thing across a banner that's like a quarter of the size of the screen for gambling or debt collection or like kidnapping babies.
Yep.
Or
that's a big one there.
Something. And I've gotten very used to that.
Yeah.
So it's it doesn't have the full like nostalgia of Ready Player One or Ready Player Two, frequently known as Space Jam.
Space Jam Legacy,
which I haven't seen yet. But
is it Space Jam Legacy?
Yeah.
Is it also Tron Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of the other options for rental was Space Jam, but
Nice.
I figured I would hate Free Guy less.
Fair.
So, although no surprise deaths at the end, so that then are reversed because it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
Even though it has Nazis and Clockwork Orange characters in it.
Correct.
So, yeah, it doesn't have the nostalgia value or like just the, like, oh, hey, you guys remember this? Like, here it is. But there is some of that. And this also, it actively made me hate Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Even though, like, he was actively the best part of the movie, but that's a very low bar.
Yeah.
But this is also kind of my realization that Ryan Reynolds is in that same like Will Ferrell, like mainstream Zach Galifianakis, like Charlie Day, where you are like you as a human being have created a like characterized version of yourself,
and that's what you play.
And that's what you play in every movie.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Reynolds now is just the Deadpool character.
He's a wisecracker.
He's a wisecracker who's also kind of like a little bit socially awkward, even though he's a complete fucking hunk.
Such a hunk.
Like, he's such a fucking hunk, but he's got to be like weird and like unsure of himself and like, and he's got to make wisecracking comments. Like, that's 100% what it was. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like, there wasn't necessarily anything like enjoyable about it. Like, I didn't laugh really. I feel like I paid attention to most of the movie, but also, did I pay attention to most of the movie?
But did
I don't know.
Did I really?
I don't know. I don't think I missed anything, but...
You missed the boat on good movies.
By not watching Space Jam Legacy, because that's a good movie? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Or, I don't know, Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah. That wasn't an option.
You haven't seen Titan yet, have you?
No.
That's a movie.
That wasn't an option for rental.
Probably
there was options for purchase.
Yeah,
but there wasn't an option for rental.
Sad.
Sad.
So
sad tweet.
Was that the best or second best 2021 movie you've seen in the last 24-ish hours? This is my clever segue.
Worst.
Oh, really?
I don't know. No.
That's a little surprising, honestly. I know it's real. I'm sure it's really, really bad. But
it's not even that it was really, really bad. Like, I think
annoying.
It was just like a very like middle America mainstream, like, hey dummy, enjoy all these
it's
ADHD shit happening.
It's lowest common denominator.
That's literally
shit.
all it was.
Yeah. How can we appeal to a bunch of potato-faced retards
who also have had sex with their father?
Who have all had sex with their fathers and then been murdered by that same father.
Are we talking about a movie that has bad TF in it?
No. What?
What?
How many movies have you seen in the last 24 hours?
I don't know, 9?
What? Oh, yeah, I guess you have seen it. Oh,
I saw another movie.
I
stayed up until 2.
I forgot you stayed up
I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning.
9 a.m.
Watching
movies.
Netflix's Werewolf Within. Oh, it's not Netflix. It was bought by Netflix.
Yeah. That's probably better than Free Guy, even though it probably wasn't that good.
Short review. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Done. Okay. This by default, Free Guy is the second best movie I've seen in the last 24 hours.
Of the 3. Okay, pretty good.
By default.
Actually, I guess before segue, I saw a worst 2021 movie recently.
Okay.
I
hope it's Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
I do want to say, I saw the first one in the theater.
Yeah, you did.
And I'll see this. Is the second one already out?
It is.
Oh, I got to get on it. Is it in theaters right now?
No, it's out already.
Oh,
I think it either had a limited release or they just went
no
straight
release.
to because they knew they would lose money putting it in theaters.
So, Movie Daddy.
Have I seen it?
I don't know.
50-50
you've seen it.
How long into the movie do you think a character says, "What is this, some kind of tournament of champions?" Is it A...
Oh, wait, you've seen Escape Room
Absolutely.
Tournament. Oh, pardon me.
I'm
sorry.
A, 10 minutes? Is it B, 10 minutes? Or is it C, all of the above?
Okay, I'm going to go see.
It is Correct.
Wow.
It is about 10 minutes into the movie.
Is it
when all of
done as a joke or fairly earnestly?
It is all of the characters.
They do a real, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad, not as a joke, in Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
They realize that they're all back in the game and they're all previous winners. And she literally says, like, one of the characters out loud goes, "What, is this some kind of Tournament of Champions?" And there's like a pause and you're like, she said it.
Wow. I apologize. I didn't know you had seen it. But I was told...
I bought a $80 4K steel box.
As you should have.
Yeah.
That's the right move. Movie Daddy said to me that he had to rewatch a movie for the next review he's doing. Spoiler, although I'm sure he said it on like an editing stream or something. I don't think I'm breaking news here. Also, this doesn't come out for a few days anyway, so fucking relax. And he said,
me or him?
You.
Oh, okay.
A lot of gasps, a lot of pearl clutching.
Well, it's
a lot of pearl necklaces.
It's because I have brain damage.
Stop giving yourself a pearl necklace.
It's because I have brain damage.
It is because you have brain damage. And he told me, we had just done a commentary, and he said, you can leave, or you can stay and watch this movie I'm rewatching for the review. And I said, okay, well, it sounds like you want me to leave, but
I'll take the hint.
If it's actually an option, you make the decision for me. Should I watch this movie? On paper, I don't particularly want to watch this movie. He said
2021.
He said this movie is worse than Old. And I said, I don't believe you.
A 2021 movie worse than Old.
So I sat down because I do hate Old more than him. He gave Old a 2, I gave it a 1, and he had right before he saw Old given 2 other movies a 1.
Is it one of the movies?
It is one of the movies. The other movie is Space Jam Legacy.
Right.
So I think the reason he didn't hate Old as much as me is because he had literally just seen 2 worse movies, and I hadn't. But now I've seen one of them, and it's actually worse than Old.
So that's not what I was going to say. I had a guess in my head.
He was right. I honestly didn't believe him. I said I don't even know if it's possible, but it's worse. It's more embarrassing. And I couldn't tell you if you've seen it.
What I was going to guess before you said that was whatever that like Latin Brooklyn dancing movie
In the Heights.
That's the one. I was gonna say that might be up there, but
you do not care for Lin-Manuel Miranda?
No.
Why
the fuck would I care?
But you loved Hamilton.
But I love Moana. He did the music for Moana.
You do love Moana.
I do love
more
Moana.
than you should.
But
a little too much. I think you're hot for Moana. How old is she?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
How old is she? 8?
Old enough.
Okay.
Old enough.
Old enough on the island.
Old enough to get off the island. Old enough to get on this.
The movie is Spiral from the Book of Saw.
I have not seen it.
I didn't because you hadn't mentioned it. It is embarrassing.
As in M. Night.
It is M. Night embarrassing.
Nice.
Man, has anyone ever said that? That's a funny thing to say.
You know what? You coined it.
I like it. But you actually coined it, but I'll take credit. It's look, not often do you find yourself saying this is betraying the legacy of Saw. Like this is dishonoring the proud tradition of Saw.
7 is rolling over in its grave.
Saw 7 is literally rolling over in its grave at Spiral from the Book of Saw.
No, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I won't say too much about it. I will just say that.
Oh, I don't care. You can say whatever you want about it.
No, I know.
I will probably eventually see it when it's on like Netflix or something, but
I know. I just mean I'm not going to give a specific spoiler, but kind of a spoiler.
Is Jigsaw black?
No. Chris Rock is black.
Well, yeah.
And he's not Jigsaw.
Oh.
Spoiler.
Is Sam Jackson Jigsaw?
Sam Jackson's his dad.
What?
That's correct.
Sam Jackson is Chris Rock's dad?
Sam Jackson's Chris Rock's dad.
Aren't they like the same age?
I think Jackson's older than you think, but
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know if he's old enough to be Chris Rock's dad.
Look it up. I mean, first of all, No, I can't say that. Never mind.
Oh, I'm so so excited what that could be.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Is his name spelled
Samuel Leroy Jackson.
Is his name spelled? His first name is Sam, and then he has 2 middle initials, U and L. No, 3 middle initials. U L L.
Oh, U-L-L.
Samuel L. Jackson. This is very
Samuel...
stupid. I'm going to abandon this premise because it's too stupid.
Sam Ulysses L.
Jackson.
So Sam Jackson is 72.
Yeah, which is older than you think.
It is older than I thought. But Chris Rock is still older than I thought.
Chris Rock's definitely older.
56.
So Sam had him at 16.
Yeah, which
is
that's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Which is an age. The end. What I was going to say was I was under the impression that the reveal of the movie was given to me about 45 minutes before the end of the movie.
Okay.
And I thought it could go one of 2 ways.
Okay.
Either this is just a Serenity, not that one, the other situation where they do give the reveal in Act 2, like way before the end,
right?
And
still
you
a
just
part of
deal
the
with
movie.
it,
yeah.
Or and this is me giving Spiral from the Book of Saw a lot of credit. That was a fake reveal, and there's going to be a Saw-esque twist at the end. It was neither. I was later informed.
Interesting.
The thing I thought was the reveal was not. It was supposed to be a misdirect, but it was done so unsubtly, I interpreted it wrongly as the reveal, and then the reveal of that same thing came at the end of the movie. I'm like, but they told me that 40 minutes ago. And Adam's like, no, that wasn't a reveal. This is supposed to be the reveal. I'm like, but I already knew this. He's like, you weren't supposed to. It's crazy.
All right.
It's crazy that they didn't think what they did was the reveal.
I just kind of, in my head, I knew it wasn't a Saw, sequel. I knew that Tobin Bell wasn't...
Tobin Bell's not in it.
But I assumed it was some kind of weird prequel or something.
No, it's post all of Saw.
Okay. So Tobin Bell is actually dead, except for J.K. He's never actually dead.
Maybe not. And also, this could have been a real Saw Tobin Bell movie, which could only have been better because they were working on that. And then Chris Rock came up to the director or writer or someone at a party.
Isn't he both?
I guess he is both.
Yeah.
So I guess that guy.
But isn't Chris Rock the director and writer?
No, neither.
I thought he was.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Actor and probably executive producer.
Was he
at
some point supposed to be the director?
No, you're drunk.
I thought he was.
No. Absolutely not. No, but Chris Rock comes up to some guy involved in the making of Saw movies, says how...
Was it James Wan?
No. Oh. Sad. Says how much he loves the Saw movies and would love to do a Saw movie. So they're like, scrap everything! Let's write a Saw movie for Chris Rock instead.
Hey, Chris, I got something for you.
Which we discovered in the special features on the arrived damaged Blu-ray of Spiral, which made Adam freak out. He's like, we could have had a Tobin Bell one? Fuck you! And the other funny thing about the special features is it was the making of featurette was unintentionally hilarious because every person was contradicting what every other person was saying about the movie, but they didn't know that, and then they just...
Because they filmed them all separately.
They filmed them all separately, and then just slapped it all together, and the editor didn't understand how funny what they were doing was. Because Chris Rock was saying, well,
this is the most serious acting role I've ever had. And then Sam Jackson's like, Chris Rock's a piece of shit.
No, none of them understood what the tone of the movie, because the movie doesn't really have jokes. It's a Saw movie. It's a Saw movie. Yeah, there's a couple lighter things. Chris Rock says a couple lighter things, but it's not he's not comedic
he's not
actor in
doing
it.
like
No.
comedic relief in
No,
a
not at
horror
all.
movie.
Not at all. But then Chris Rock was kind of saying he was. He's like, what if this scary movie had like Eddie Murphy in it instead? And he just kept saying like, what if this serious thing had Eddie Murphy? Because I guess he thinks he's Eddie Murphy. And then
he is the voice of an animated
donkey
mule.
Okay.
Who is comedic relief in a series of animated kids movies.
Okay.
So maybe he is.
What's he a mule in?
Well, he's a zebra.
In Madagascar.
In Madagascar. Yeah. And Eddie Murphy was Donkey in Shrek. And there was, 9 of those and 8 Madagascars? So
I think that's right.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
But Chris Rock Chris Rock isn't in his almost 60s and still playing 9 characters in a movie like Eddie Murphy is.
Yeah. And he was saying like Beverly Hills Cop was originally for Sylvester Stallone, but then Eddie Murphy got it, and you couldn't imagine it being anything else than Eddie Murphy. So he's like, how about that with Saw? And then all of the like directors and writers are like, it's just a serious Saw movie with Chris Rock in it. and like completely contradicting it. It's pretty good. Anyway, check out Spiral, guys. It has the Scott seal of approval as worse than old.
Nice.
But it didn't make me think of cool furry versions of that movie that would be awesome. Like, there's no cool furry version of Saw, whereas there's an awesome furry version
Correct.
of Old. There's no furry beach in Spiral. That doesn't exist. In that, are you trying to think of one right now?
No,
you look like
no.
you're deep in thought.
No. I'm trying to, in my head, rank the Saw movies in order from awesome to awesome.
4, 2, 5, 1, 6, 3, 7, Jigsaw, Spiral.
No, not even close.
You don't know.
No.
I named all the numbers.
Except
Give me
for
some credit.
One's called Saw 3D, so...
Fuck you. I think 7 is 3D.
Maybe.
Which,
Yeah,
they're breaking the rule. 3 is
3.
supposed to be 3D.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Correct. I think it's...
Except Piranha, which was 2.
That's because it was Piranha 3D.
Oh, no. Was the first Piranha 3D and the
Yeah.
second one was 3 Double D?
3 Double D.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Because you gotta have 2D.
That's okay. I'll allow it.
Dimensions and dick. 3 dick. 3 dick, 3 dimensions. A 3D dick.
Height, length, and girth.
Yeah.
the X, Y, and Z axes.
It's definitely 1 as number 1.
As far as not a stupid movie.
As being
yes.
a good movie, yeah. And then from there, it's a real...
It's lady's choice. After that, you probably go later ones, because I think 2 through present are all kind of stupid.
And they're all the same.
And they're all the same. So you would just, like, the second place Saw is probably just the silliest one, which is probably like a 5, 6, or 7. Probably 5 or 6, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There's definitely one that takes place in an old zoo.
Oh?
That is maybe like 6.
Let me ask you this. Does it take place on a furry beach?
Does not take place in a furry beach.
Okay.
I think it's inside of an old zoo or an old like natural history museum or something. And there's some...
Is it a Night of the Museum situation?
It is.
Okay.
Night at the Museum 3, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor by the coward Robert Ford.
The Legend of Curly's Gold.
But yeah, no, there. I think there's some.
I like a Tomb of the Dragon Emperor by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah. There is some like interesting ideas as far as kills and like traps.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of them are all just kind of like.
I know one of the late one has like they kind of gave up on interesting. Not the traps themselves, but interesting reasons to kill the people. And one of them was just, you were racist.
Yeah. That's Chester Bennington.
Oh, Chester Bennington. I was wondering if it was our boy CB of LP.
He gets glued to the inside
steering
of a car.
wheel? Yeah.
To the steering wheel,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't let go of the...
If he doesn't let go of his racism.
No, yeah, if he doesn't let go of his racism. But I think it's like if he can't... He has to, like, there's like a pressure thing under the seat.
Yeah.
And the only way to get, and he's covered in like racist tattoos.
Sure.
So the only way to get, and like all of his skinhead buddies are trapped in traps around the car that are connected to the car.
Right.
And the only way to save himself and his friends is to rip the skin off of himself, to rip off his racist tattoos.
Nice.
And spoiler alert, he doesn't. He dies. And then R.I.P. He died in
Isn't
real
that
life.
what happens with, like, I haven't actually seen a lot of Saws, but in this one, everyone was the person tries to get out of the trap and
Almost does.
and dies anyway.
And dies anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there's only over the movies. I think there's only a handful of people
That actually
that
get out?
make it out. But then like a lot of them will like survive 3, but then they're also in 4 and they die
And
in
they
4.
eat it in 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to not enjoying Spiral.
Yeah. You know what we did enjoy? Karen. 2021's Karen.
I think enjoy is a loose term, but
Starring-
it was a fun watch.
It was a fun racist romp.
It was fun to watch with someone else. I think watching it by yourself, you'd be like,
I would not have been psyched about
I'm not
this by
interested in
myself.
this. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not interesting.
No.
This is boring. I hate it. But
Starring Pensatucky from Orange is the New Black. And who I was trying to remember the one other thing I'd seen her in, the best I can figure, because true story and garbage. The best I can figure, it was the movie Experimenter, starring Peter Sarsgaard as Stanley ? Milgram, the guy who did the Milgram experiment, which is the one where one person, it's like a one-way glass, and one person's answering questions, and if they get it wrong, the other person shocks them. And and it's basically to see how willing to submit to authority people are by the experimenter telling them to keep shocking them, even though they know maybe I shouldn't be painfully shocking another human being. But she was his wife or a dog or something in that one.
a dog.
I don't know. I don't remember it very well. I watched it for our 2015 watchings and immediately forgot it as soon as I saw it. I'm like, I didn't need to watch that. Did Pensatucky play a dog?
She might have played a dog. Might have played a dog.
She was the Milgram's dog. So she's the star. She's Karen. She couldn't even get her hair proper to be a Karen because she's definitely wearing a wig.
A bad wig.
A bad wig.
Like it looks fake.
Yeah. It looks faker than the black woman's hair that is supposed to be fake. I assume. She's not putting on any airs, is she? What?
You can't say that about black lady's hair.
I can't ask?
You can't ask. You can't touch. You can't smell. You can't look.
Okay, let me do one.
Okay, you can smell.
Okay, you know what? That was the one. You guessed right.
You let it be known as stated fact. You can smell black lady's hair. It is stated fact.
I'm a sniffer.
Don't touch. Don't ask.
Don't tell.
Don't look.
Certainly don't ask, don't tell.
Don't come.
Don't come.
Don't come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Ah.
Yay.
Movie starts strong. Pre-opening credits, there's like Black Lives Matter written in like chalk on the street.
Yeah, sidewalk chalk.
And she like throws a bucket of water, soap and water on it and scrubs it off. And then opening title.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
We're picking this up good.
Strong start.
Strong start.
I wonder how the casting made her feel. They're like, you're the best Karen. You look like the personification of the most hateable demographic in America.
Except for she didn't, because she had to put a wig and makeup
That's
on.
the thing. So I guess...
Like, you couldn't have hired Roseanne or something. Like,
you couldn't have hired Marjorie Taylor Greene.
yeah. Like, if you're going based on just physical looks,
yeah,
there were better choices.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't have had to age up and put a black fucking wig on.
Yeah.
Which, P.S., what? Is she too good to dye her hair black?
Yeah. Well, Orange is the New Black, so she would have dyed it orange. You see?
Fair.
Yeah. What else happened?
No, that's it. The movie's over.
Okay. Well, her friend, which I guess...
Yeah.
I guess she's not across the board racist. She's black racist.
Yeah, I think she's only racist towards black people.
Because it was funny when...
She does make a comment later in the meeting about Mexicans. Or is it the other lady?
That was actually the other lady.
It was the other lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe she's only racist towards black people.
Good for her. So she's kind of
She's
cool.
pretty progressive.
She
For a Karen, she's pretty progressive.
yeah, I've seen worse Karens in my day to day.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I can tell you about a Karen at my work, but I also can't talk about my work on the podcast. So
secret work.
secret work.
Black ops,
Black ops, the government.
African American ops.
African American ops.
So a black couple moves in next to Karen, and as they're saying their initial greetings, Karen's with her other friend from the neighborhood, and her friend says something about, looks like there's some diversity coming to the neighborhood.
It would be nice to have some diversity in the neighborhood.
To which the correct response to that is, you're Chinese.
You're Chinese.
Because she was Chinese.
She was Asian. I think you were Asian. Yeah, we had to pause and rewind to make sure that we heard her correctly.
Like, did the diverse person just say something about some new diversity in the neighborhood?
And then the HOH board had a Mexican guy.
The homeowners,
homeowners,
homosexuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Homosexuals of homeowners. There was like a Mexican guy and a gay ginger. Like, how much more diversity do you need?
A poor man's Louis C.K. in a bow tie.
Yeah, like, how much more diversity do you need?
Yeah, get over it.
That's a pretty good diverse group of people.
If anything, less. Can I say that?
Less diverse?
Oh, man. Shout out to No More Heroes 3, the video game, where there's all various bad guys you fight and do wrestling moves to, although not enough wrestling moves. I feel like No More Heroes 2 and maybe 1 both had more diversity of moves. But one of the, like, and each just, like, class of bad guy has a name, and it's usually some random name, and one of them is literally diversity. So the whole game, I gotta say, oh, I can't wait to fucking smash diversity. Diversity is ruining this game. So just that for hours, and it was just an absolute delight.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Made by Suda51, who did the DLC for Fire Pro World, and because he had done Fire Pros, like Super Famicom Fire Pros in the 93. Yeah, big wrestling guy. So there's like wrestling and wildly specific wrestling references in all of his games. There was something about like Saruta and Hansen at Budokan in '88 or something.
Nice.
Like, I'm like, damn, you go
Nice.
hard. But sometimes he got silly. He was and also wrestling moves were promised in the game that were never delivered, which I got very angry about. I'm like, when are we gonna see it?
We're gonna do a Canadian Destroyer as a transition move in this.
But then he, in just one random character monologue, he talked about combining two moves that didn't make sense, and I got pissed off. A combination of a burning hammer and exploder? Yes, it was that. It was a burning hammer combo exploder. I'm like, those are two different. You can't stop trying to figure it out. You can't do it.
Well, it works if you get the guy in burning hammer position
and then set him down nicely and do an exploder.
You flip him over to his feet, but as he's landing, you duck under the arm.
Get out! No, get out!
And then
here.
you give him an exploder.
You're fired.
You know what? I'm doing it. Just hopefully I don't have to wrestle Jose's fat ass, and then I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, so shout out to Suda, but back to Karen. What else? So Karen's got a brother in law enforcement. She comes from a law enforcement family.
Yes, of course.
The second I saw him, I'm like, he has the jaw of a man who would kill a black civilian.
Yes.
And I guess hasn't killed, but has had numerous excessive force complaints, but he always gets out of it because
the secret society.
Because he's part of a secret society of law enforcement, which doesn't seem to be that secret. He just tells his rookie partner, who is not part of the society, and also
the black lawyer
knows about it.
I don't know why we had to be so emphasis on black
lawyer
because lawyers aren't black.
Sounds like an oxymoron to me. Also, don't worry about it. The secret society that comes up in those two mentions, and that's it. It's not the movie isn't about that at all. It's just
this isn't the skulls.
It's just about a bitch. Ooh, the skulls. That's where you jerk off in the casket.
Yeah.
George Bush
jerking off in a casket.
Joshua Jackson as George Bush.
I don't think he's as George Bush.
Oh. I haven't actually seen it.
I also haven't seen it.
I have seen
the skulls too. There is a Skulls 2.
I bet there is. I have seen Joshua Jackson as...
There's a Skulls 3.
Well, looks like we've got our evening planned.
2000, 2002, 2004.
Huh. Every 2 years.
Oh, there's people in this.
Right on schedule.
Anyways, continue.
Better on schedule than Free Guy.
Right.
What was I? Oh, Joshua Jackson is fun in the new show. I could not tell you what network or streaming thing it's on. Dr. Death, because I listened to the podcast.
Steve Williams?
I listened to the podcast on it, and it's insane. It's like this just out of his mind narcissistic guy who somehow like completes the bare minimum requirements to become a surgeon, but is horrible and just like kills and maims everyone. He paralyzes. He makes his best friend a quadriplegic. And like kills a bunch of people, leaves sponges in people's spines.
In their spines?
In their fucking spines, Drew. And like and he keeps doing this one thing where he's basically a spinal surgeon, but like as he gets in there and goes like forward through the neck area, he keeps thinking that people have like cancerous tumors in their throat and removing it, and it's always just their esophagus. Like every time.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so I listened to the podcast on the actual thing, and then they did a dramatized version with Joshua Jackson, Alec Baldwin, and Christian Slater, and it's pretty like, I don't even know if it's good. I just love the story so much because it's insane and true. So shout out to Dr. Death, and also the podcast of the same name. And also Steve Williams.
And also Steve Williams. R.I.P. It's a shame that you weren't as tough as they thought you were.
So yeah, and then there seems to be just a bunch of complaining in the movie about reverse gentrification, for lack of a better term, like black people moving into the neighborhood and something.
You know, once they come, they're never going to stop.
Do not come.
Do not come.
And for the most of the movie, basically the whole movie, because you never actually get it, there's really zero backstory and certainly zero motivation for Karen.
Well, there is a very
for 2/3 for 2/3 of the movie, there's literally nothing.
Yeah, there's like a very subtle like moment that we thought was a reveal.
Yeah,
but was nothing.
Correct.
But you're like, okay, like we figured out like obviously what's going on here.
Yeah,
but they don't actually tell you it. But we definitely like figured out that's what was going to happen.
Yeah. So all we really get is that when she was a kid, they lived somewhere.
They lived in a nice area.
And
then a black family moved.
And then
2, and then 8, and then the drugs came.
And then the drugs. And they had to move. And that's it.
Correct.
They moved. No one was killed. There were no altercations.
Just the drugs.
They just moved to the suburbs where it stays white out later.
Correct. As I can personally attest to.
The end. And that's her whole thing.
Yeah.
That's her whole...
As far as we know, that is the whole thing.
Yeah.
She wants the neighborhood to stay safe, where nobody has to lock their doors, and the kids can play outside until the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, but like no one got hurt in her backstory. No one... Yeah, it was just weird. She needed more. Like, I wanted a reason to root for Karen.
Right. You know who the good guys are and the bad guys are, but you wanted to justify why you were cheering for the good guys.
I see in my notes here, I literally wrote halfway through, I hope Karen is the good guy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, okay, Drew, before, during, after sex, let's say in this hypothetical, you've had sex.
Gross. Okay.
Try to wrap your head around it. How are you handling clothes?
How am I having sex if I'm a non-penetrative bottom?
I know. This is in this fantasy.
In this fantasy, I'm a hetero man who has sex
You're a
with
hetero
women.
man having sex with a woman who will discuss the physical attributes of
in a second.
In just 1 second. Yeah. But for it's sexy time.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing with the clothes?
I'm gonna go with as slow as humanly possible.
Yep.
While not actively touching each other's skin.
No.
But just taking clothes off very sensually.
Only fingers on material.
Yes, that's how I would do it.
And then you finish the dirty deed.
Yeah.
You have a long sit down crying shower.
Of course. I have a very deep emotional bond with my traumatic childhood and my family issues with my father.
Back in bed, what's the clothes situation now?
Fully dressed as if I'm going to work with also shoes on.
Fully redressed in bed with shoes on.
With shoes on.
What are you talking about?
They just fucked.
They just fucked.
And even she's mostly dressed.
Yeah.
But this movie made me so angry.
And so horny.
Fucking shoes.
Oh, there was
everywhere.
So much shoes in the house. Drew was flipping out. My next note, Drew getting real mad at shoes in the house.
She literally walks across her yard, across her neighbor's yard, gives her a pecan pie, then walks back across her yard, then her own yard, and then the next scene she's standing in her bedroom with her shoes on.
Yeah. Do you hate your carpet?
Do you hate having a nice house?
Do you not live in a society?
They live in their own society.
I guess so.
Where they spend billions of dollars on their hair. Yeah, I do not understand the idea behind Americans having shoes on the couch, shoes on the bed, walking around the house with the same shoes you walked the streets all day in, or you worked in all
I should
day.
note at this point that Drew is Japanese.
I am Japanese. Dirty knees. Look at these.
But not dirty feet.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It was a lot of shoes.
Every female role model in my life, both grandparents, both grandmas,
both grandparents, J.K. Rowling,
my mom, my aunt, everybody,
Monica Seles.
No fucking shoes in the fucking house.
Yeah.
But everybody in the U.S. fucking does it, and it's disgusting to me.
You people make me sick.
You people.
How many times is you people said in this movie?
You people is used by Karen towards black people 15 times.
Yeah.
And the same reaction of them. What do you mean, you people?
And she's like, but she's very coy about it. She's like, you know.
Well, come on.
Can we talk about how hot the wife is?
Oh my god. Talk about a goddamn chocolate goddess.
What are her measurements? 47, 12, 98?
She's got an ass so fat you can see it from the front, to quote Mos Def.
Yeah.
Nice size breasts, not jumbo naturals though, but nice size, good size,
respectable,
but very skinny waist.
Yeah,
and then just a big ol' ass.
Some of the most ass you've ever seen.
Some of the big old asses. Yeah, the director definitely has a type.
Yeah.
He was like, we need to find this woman for me.
Would that be director Coke Daniels?
Coke Daniels.
Who does not have a Wikipedia page.
Nope, but he loves Coke.
But loves Coke and loves BET original movies, which I believe are all he's done.
All he's done, yeah. Which, if we didn't mention, this is a BET original movie. BET Plus. Plus. That's for the size of the dicks and the size of the asses.
Well, you need both, otherwise one's not going to fit in the other.
That's correct. If you got a big ass, you need a big dick.
It's evolution.
It is evolution. That's what selective breeding does for you. Anyways,
how about when?
God, she's so hot though.
She's so hot.
Every scene, she's got a different. She does leggings on.
Yeah, then
when she's jogging,
like an evening gown.
She's got a black dress that just goddamn. And then they're in the bedroom, and there's a side. Like a silhouetted.
I've never seen more shots in profile of a main character.
Director wanted, okay, number one, he knows his audience.
Yep.
Number two, it was a great ass.
Well, yeah, his audience from the only people I've talked to about this movie are us and a gay Australian.
A gay Australian.
So that's his audience, right?
But gay men like asses. Maybe not women asses, but asses.
But asses. They're pro ass.
And in silhouette. you cover that top half, you're like, yeah, pretty good.
Butt's a butt.
Butt's a butt.
Cover that top half, throw on a tail. Now we're talking.
But not a tail butt plug.
No.
Tail's too low.
Yes.
Got to be up. Tailbone, not in the hole.
No, coccyx.
Holes underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, goddamn, she's so hot. And like every time she came on screen, there were like she wouldn't be on screen for like 10 minutes.
Then like a new
she'd come back and it's got. I'm like, God damn it, she's so hot. She's so hot. And like in the most I'm a hetero white man, so I can say whatever I want kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm not really into black ladies, but I was very into this black lady. I would like to be very into this black lady.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I would like to be this black lady.
I would like to
She's
be
so
a black
hot,
lady.
I want to be inside her.
Yes. Yeah. Just so I could feel her.
I want to be the Power Rangers to her Megazord. I want to operate her.
I want to being John Malkovich her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take the elevator to the 9.5 floor and be this. I don't know her name.
Jaquevelin's Quirk.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I actually think she has a real, like a real normal name. Jasmine Burke.
It's a nice name.
That's a real regular.
It's a nice name for a nice lady. I like it.
Did you know that Karen is the #1 independent movie on iTunes?
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
You know what? On this podcast, we like to support independent film.
We do.
Like Karen.
That's not
2021.
That's not even a joke.
It's not, but in this context,
Yeah.
it is.
Damn.
Did you like the scene where they were having a conversation in the driveway and way in the background, a woman walks out of her house and who is clear? I'm like, is this person going to walk to the foreground and is a character? No, she just kind of keeps on doing whatever she's doing. And instead of cutting, doing a new take, the cameraman just slowly pans over and gets a new angle, so the lady is now out of the shot for the second half of the scene.
Maybe that lady was a Karen who wasn't interested in reading the posters for filming notice.
Could have been.
We're going to be filming next week, so if you could refrain from, nope, this is my house, this is my property, I'm going to do what I want. I'm like, okay.
I like it when Karen invites herself to like the party that the black couple's having, which I'm still unclear why, because she just sort of went there and was a bitch and left.
Yeah.
I guess that was her game. I don't know. But she comments on the very ethnic decor of the house, including some like old African weapons on the wall. I'm like, this better be Chekhov's spear, or else what are we doing here? And it wasn't. It never got reincorporated.
No, and it was like there was a couple scenes for sure where like it was framed right in the middle of the two characters. And you're like, okay, the end.
We're getting this.
Some kind of fight in the house.
Yeah,
they'll knock it off the wall, and then she'll just grab it and like stab her. Like that's 100% what you think is going to happen.
Bullshit.
But, like, doesn't come back.
No,
doesn't come back at all.
I was pissed.
But also, she comments on the like, oh wow, I love the decorations.
Yeah.
It's literally just that and an African headdress, like paint, like mask.
Yeah.
And then something that was clearly there from the house they rented to film.
Yeah, that was already there.
And that's it. It was white walls. There was not a lot.
Yeah. They did it more than once too, which got very annoying. Look, her name's already Karen and the movie is called Karen and we see how she's acting. We get it. You don't
We
need
get
to,
the gag.
You don't need to twice do the fucking who's on first routine with the name Karen. What's her name?
Karen. It's Karen. Yeah, haha.
I know what she is, but like what's her name?
What's her name? Like, no, her name's Karen. Like, but what's her real name? Her real name's Karen. Twice.
Unnecessary. Twice unnecessary. Didn't need it the first time. We already got it.
Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Can't fool me again.
Can't thrice me again.
There was also one odd scene. There's actually two fun things in one where They didn't want the logo on the side of the garbage can, so it was clearly like hand smeared with dirt over the logo.
They got some art assistant to just like take some mud and clearly just with like handprints.
Yeah,
like,
you could see the fingers
straight down the side to cover the logo. Very, very bad.
It was done in 4 seconds. Yeah. So Karen knocked over their garbage as she was walking by because she's a bitch. Yep. And
because garbage day is tomorrow, Scott.
I know, and you
today.
can't. And the homeowners association says you can't have the bin out too early or too late. Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
So she's picking up her garbage, and the scene is the scene is Karen's young daughter, who we've never seen up to this point,
and
appears
no mention of,
and is never seen again.
Correct.
Why was that little bitch
You see the
there?
son a bunch. The son's in it, like, for the... You know, he has, like, a few scenes and has a conversation with Malik.
Yeah.
But then...
Who teaches him basketball, even though he is on the school basketball team. He's the point guard for the school team that won state.
Yeah. But he couldn't even, like, pivot with the ball.
But he's not as good as any black guy.
Yeah. And that's why it needs to be extra points for white people. It's only
one
fair.
more point. It's not
fair.
going to make a difference, and they'll feel better.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Give white basketball players a break.
Yes, I agree.
Come on,
I agree. Yeah.
So
so the daughter appears out of nowhere.
Yeah,
with
and
no previous mention of her, or you never see anything to make you think. Like, there are a few scenes where Karen is leaving. Either the son is there, or she's like leaving on her own. So where the fuck is the daughter the whole time?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Just in the house on the iPad.
Just in AOL chat rooms.
Ooh. The good ones?
The good ones.
The good ones. Do those still exist?
The AOL chat rooms? I'm not sure. Maybe she's on, I don't know. What are they like now? Maybe ICQ. No, she's probably on the on r/GSA.
What was your ICQ number again? I can't remember.
6430308.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone knows that.
Right.
You silly goose. Yeah, so the point of the scene is the woman's daughter comes and helps the woman pick up her garbage, and Karen gets mad at her daughter, obviously, and the woman for talking to her daughter. She's mad at everyone. But the garbage she's picking up prompted me to type and now ask out loud the question: do black people throw out their plates instead of washing them? Because her garbage was all plates, and not paper plates that you would throw out, like real
plates.
The good china. It wasn't the good china, but they were hard. They were hard plates.
Yeah,
reusable plates.
The good china, or also her name might be China.
Yes. And what else? Oh, you pointed out how you love a shot. You love a side shot of two people at a long dinner table where there are 3 seats set up and no seat on the near side, so it doesn't get in the way of the camera shot. Yeah, that's always very considerate of people to do.
I like to dress my dining room so that it faces hard cam.
Faces hard cam with 3 seats.
With 3 seats.
One on one end, one on the other end, one on the far side of the table, nothing on the near side.
That way, if you have one guest,
what if I have 2 guests?
They can look directly into the camera.
If I have 2 guests, would they both be on the far side?
No, one of them wouldn't be in the shot.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them has to eat standing up at the kitchen counter.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I love a 3-chaired table.
Yeah. Real natural looking.
About 3/4 of the way through the movie, I note, wait, this is in Georgia?
Yeah.
And there's not one fucking Southern accent? Like, everyone is from...
Not even.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles, Georgia.
Yeah, I legitimately thought that it was, like, New York, maybe?
I thought it was somewhere that didn't have accents.
Yeah.
Not Georgia.
Not Georgia.
And then they mentioned somewhere, like, from the Atlanta PD, I'm like, wait we're in
what?
Fucking Georgia?
I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
I thought we're in Pennsatucky.
I thought this was America.
I'd like to be in Pennsatucky. No, I wouldn't. She's gross.
I thought this was America. Is this America? I thought this was America.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You were
Karen suffers a few bouts of racism-induced vomiting.
Yep.
Where she's so mad.
Well, that comes after.
She starts dry heaving.
That comes after.
Yeah, no, later. That was just like my next note.
Yeah.
We haven't really said much about the plot. Does it even matter?
No, she obviously wants them gone. She conspires with her brother to get rid of them. So the brother, who is a cop, pulls over Malik and plants marijuana on him. And then while he's being arrested, thank God for white savior rookie cop.
Yep.
Who kind of tells him like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" And he says, "Shut up, rookie. I'm doing my job." He then gets punched by Malik, which then leads to him going to jail.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc.
So felony possession of weed and assaulting.
Before that is there are 3 young black men walking through the neighborhood that claim that they live there, and Karen doesn't believe that.
Karen asks for their ID, which is a tight move.
So they start.
I love civilian ID.
So they get into an argument, and then her brother cop shows up.
Well, she calls her brother.
Yeah.
They film her being Karen. It's the bitch from the dog park.
The bitch from the dog.
Like someone saw the bitch from Coke Daniels, or I don't know, his co-writer or whatever.
Yeah.
Saw the bitch from the dog
cute
park.
That you think that anybody wrote this.
It is cute. This is an improv movie.
It's an improv movie.
Saw the classic Karen in the dog park video, and then shat out this screenplay in one night.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is.
100% that's what it is.
Yeah.
So they come, they like abuse these black teens and arrest them, and then E-Money, Imani films them.
E-Money is her rap name, but her real name is Imani.
So yeah, she films the cops like abusing them and arresting them. It goes viral. Then they kind of state that like, oh, Karen's the bitch in the video, which sort of ruins her life for a second. And
they want to oust her as the president of the HOH, House of Hogs.
House of Hogs, which is kind of what our podcast is,
Absolutely.
the House of Thick Hogs.
Mm-hmm.
So she. That's when she kind of goes a little bonkers, and that's when she starts racism-induced vomiting.
Yep.
She's so angry that the blacks are winning that she starts throwing up, or dry heaving, I guess, because she doesn't actually vomit. And that's when her and her brother conspire to commit double homicide.
Yep. And then we finally get the little bit of backstory, which her husband was a cop. Her husband was also a cop.
And we find out that there was a secret black vigilante.
Black vigilante who was taking out cops, and probably rightfully so. I'm on BV's side.
I'm definitely team BV.
Yeah. Maybe we should be black vigilantes.
Maybe. We both have a little bit of black in us.
We do have a little bit of black.
Yeah.
Enough to pass. You be the judge.
Yeah, for sure.
Stripes and rosettes, respectively.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I'll allow
you know
it.
what? I'm in.
I'll allow it. I'm the president of Who's Black. I'll allow it.
Used to be Barack Obama, but he
used to be. Yeah.
You can only be for 8 years, and then there's term limits on the president of Who's Black.
Of Who's Black.
So that's why she's really mad, and not the very flimsy backstory we were given for 94% of the movie.
Yeah, for most of the plot
up to this point. So good, I guess.
Good, I guess.
Yeah, my last 2 notes are black vigilante, white savior.
Yeah, so they conspire to kill them. What ends up happening with Malik?
Malik gets arrested. They have a search warrant for the house.
Search warrant for the house, yeah.
And they find a gun and like a body and 48 kilograms of cocaine.
And child porn.
And
with the brother cop posing in the pictures.
Yeah, but he's the child is the twist.
That's
it's old child porn.
That's why he's so angry.
That's why he's pissed.
Yeah.
And it all comes together.
Full circle.
Yeah, so they arrest him, so now she's alone in the house. So now Karen comes to finish the job and just literally breaks and enters.
She turns off the power to the house.
Yeah.
Then she breaks and enters.
With a gun.
So, okay. there's so much dumb shit to unpack in this. Number one, so obviously when he first arrests Malik for like the traffic violation, and white savior rookie cop is like, what the fuck are you doing? And he says, shut the fuck up, this is like the bro code. Then when they get to the actual police station, he's like, the white savior rookie cop says, I'm gonna fucking report you, and he goes, you motherfucker, just leave it alone, I'm untouchable, I'm part of the crew. And so they get in this argument, and he says, next time you pull some shit, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and he goes, yeah, fine, do it. Then
pussy,
everything's fine.
They're
back to being
when they come with the search warrant, he's just helping.
Like there isn't even any tension, or there's no like, hey, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? It's just like, yeah, come here, buddy, I'm arresting you too. So they arrest him, take him away, and then when they come back to the house after Karen has broken in, they're just that's the thing. They come back so quickly after arresting him. Do they like pass Mekhi Phifer? I can't call him anything. I know, it's fine. Other than Mekhi Phifer. His name is Malik. But Malik Phifer. He'll always be Mekhi to me. Do they just pass him off to someone else and then come right back to the house? Yes, I have no idea. No, because like then... Oh, yeah, who fucking knows? Do they leave him in the car somewhere? Or like... Yeah, it's weird. No, because the lawyer that they hired, who is also the uncle of the black kids that got beat up. He calls the police department and says, I need to talk to my client. And then they're like, well, he hasn't been booked. Like, what do you mean he hasn't been booked? So obviously they just like take him somewhere. But obviously close by. Or maybe they just leave him in the car and then they go back to get her. Guess. Like, who fucking knows? Very odd. Anyways, so... 5 minutes, by the way. They come back to come to the house. But like, there's been no call or dispatch of like, you need to go to the house. So white guy savior rookie is just like, yeah, fuck it, let's go back, whatever. And then they get back in the house, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this isn't what I signed up for. I'm like, oh, but you were cool with like framing the black guy, with the fake search warrant, having a fake search warrant, helping the guy who's already verbally abused and physically abused, and threatened to murder you. And then to murder you, you dumb. He said next time I'll shoot you myself. Yeah. So then they get this big three-way standoff where so Karen has shot Imoni in the shoulder, and then they walk in, and so he tells the rookie to go wait in the car, and he says, okay, here's what happened. You shot her, she shot at you, blah, blah, blah. Then the rookie comes in and he goes, I fucking told you to stay in the car, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes and checks on her, he's like, oh, she's still breathing, and he's like, get the fuck out of the house. They go back to the car, and goes, no, like, then they have this big standoff where the rookie cop and douchebag brother end up shooting each other, but rookie gets shot in the vest, and douchebag brother gets shot in the goddamn fucking head. So then Karen goes over and goes like, oh, why didn't you just stay in the fucking car? You should, like my brother fucking said you. She's gonna shoot him. She's gonna shoot him and kill him, and then from the ground while shot, E-Money shoots Karen. Yeah. End of story. And then we get a big, hey, black lives are getting killed and we need to stand up for our freedoms. And meanwhile, a guy is playing a fucking trombone. Yeah, like the trumpet, I think. Trumpet. But the civil rights lawyer is, just kind of doing a televised speech press conference thing, which I feel is really being undercut by the person loudly playing a trumpet right beside him. Like, I like the mood and the vibe, but I feel like the message is somewhat not muddy, but watered down. A little bit overshadowed by the guy playing by the live soundtrack. Like he's at Mardi Gras. Yeah. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have just kept playing When the Saints Come Marching In either. Black lives are getting killed all the time. White savior for the win. Agree. And that was Karen. Overall, dumb. Very dumb. Now look, guys. We gotta go celebrate my birthday, but let me leave you with this.
We've tried for 2 episodes now to just have a fun, relaxing podcast.
No homework.
Now you're going to hear this on a Monday. I cannot stress enough. Please do not get in contact with us at Not Scott Henson or at Sarian Softpaws on Twitter and send us $50 to paypal.me/Not Scott Henson before that Wednesday to make us do another movie. All right? Don't
do it.
Do it. We're just trying to hang out and have fun. Don't demand a movie and send us $50 to paypal.me/Not Scott Henson. I swear to God. All right?
I swear to Allah that if you do it,
sufficiently warned. Now turn the goddamn show off. I'm so hungry.